Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Merlin. Last time on Merlin, we had his father's son. A king and his men infiltrated Camelot lands, and Arthur caught him and was like, hey, we gotta do something about this. And Agravain was like, kill him. So Arthur killed him. But then that started a war. Arthur realized his mistake. He also, other things Agravain said was like, oh, maybe don't date Gwen. And Arthur was like, you're right, I shouldn't date Gwen. But then later he was like, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm not going to make war, and I'm totally going to go out with Gwen. And then there was a trial by combat, and Arthur won, and he gave hope for the future to his former enemies. Also, Morgana was there. And yeah, that was basically that. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. And also, as always, if you want to watch my reaction, you're going to have to go down to the description or to the pinned comment. And that link will take you over to the reaction. When you're done with that, pop right back over here for the discussion. And we might as well head right into this episode of Merlin. Here we go. Alright, fun little episode. Not too much in this one, but still really good. It definitely does remind me of the Goblin episode where, you know, the Goblin possessed Gaius, and he was acting all sorts of weird and stuff, and they had to figure it out and try to figure out how to get the Goblin out. It definitely felt like that, just with Merlin, but it was definitely a lot better than that one. So yeah, and I do love. First off, I love, honestly. It felt like, I guess it was halfway through the episode when they actually, it was about halfway through the episode when they figured it out, but it felt like so quick. I feel like this was a shorter episode too, honestly. It felt so fast when Gwen and Gaius figured it out, but yeah, halfway through the episode. So I did like that. I liked how sort of quick it went. This honestly was a very fast-paced episode. And man, Gwen can really just beat the shit out of someone if she has the right pitcher, honestly. Like, I don't know. It was, I don't know. I'm really like my admiration of Gwen has been growing over the past few episodes, and I can't lie. It was very attractive. Both times, she just hit the shit out of Merlin. Just smacked the shit out of him with a pitcher. Like, damn, girl. So, love it. So yeah. We can go ahead and hop into the notes, but I don't really feel like this is going to be too long of a discussion, honestly. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. We had Merlin captured, which I thought they were going to use this as a ransom, but they didn't, which was fine. So yeah. We got a bit, honestly, it was nice to just get a bit of interaction between Merlin and Morgana, because, let's be honest, we don't get that very often, actually. We don't really get that much interaction between Merlin and Morgana. And down to the fact that Morgana doesn't fully know that her main enemy is Merlin. Like, I know there has been some stuff, and yeah, at the beginning of season 3, we had, the two of them had a sword fight at the beginning of season 3. But because she doesn't know about Merlin's magic, it's just like, I don't know, it doesn't quite have the great hero-villain dynamic that it should, honestly, Is just, he's basically just a servant who, she has to, like, deal with, that gets in her way every so often, So, yeah, I kind of wish that we would get to a point where she knew about Merlin's magic, I mean, we got a bit with, like, okay, she knows Emrys. She knows Emrys, and she fought Emrys, but she really didn't know about... she still doesn't know that that's Merlin, Oh, yeah. I wrote down kill Arthur. That was honestly a pretty genius move, basically turning our main hero into the bad guy of the episode. I kind of like that, actually. It wasn't like full, like I don't know. I mean, it was a full turn, but at the same time, like, I don't know, like, it didn't have like the bigger impact that I felt like it should have. I don't know. Like, I feel like you could do an entire thing where it's like, oh, the main character has, you know, gone bad for whatever reason, and then we have to see how, you know, our other characters have to deal with this situation, you know? Whereas this time, yes, we did have a bit of that with Gaius and Gwen, but at the same time, it's like, well, yeah, but at the same time, like, you know, they weren't the ones that, you know, saved the day in the end. It was Merlin, you know, because the thing was paralyzed, that, you know, he was able to go and then destroy the mother. So, I don't know, but it was still good. I did write down antics, the different antics that were gotten in this episode because of this plot line were pretty funny. I did really enjoy those. With like, so what did we have? We had the food, which was really funny. And then the crossbow, and that whole chat with Leon was really funny. Like, I love how Leon is so unconcerned about Merlin wanting a crossbow and saying he's going to kill Arthur. Like, it's just like, it's just a joke. I don't know. So, that was really funny. And then, yeah, and just the whole thing, because Arthur doesn't know about any of this, and then, so it's like, you know, he just barely opens, you know, his wardrobe, grabs something without even looking, doesn't see the crossbow, doesn't launch it or anything. It's like, wow, that was really lucky and really funny. So, that was nice. And then, later on, with the bath, I thought that was really funny. You know, because it was going to give him an acid bath, you know? Which, so I guess they have confirmed Merlin is the one that gives Arthur a bath, which is interesting because, you know, he said when during the food scenes, like, oh, next thing you know, you'll be making his bath, you know, and obviously, like, from that look there, it's like, yeah, I don't think, like, I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, it is Merlin, so it's like, oh, well, Merlin's seen Arthur naked. I guess that's a thing we have to accept now. So, and that was the other thing too, and it's like, oh, Gwen is there and you're naked, and it's like, they haven't, so it is confirmed they haven't. Okay, I mean, Gaius is there, and that's why, you know, yeah, Gaius is there, so you should, like, be trying to cover up. It's like, oh, Gwen is there. It's like, you two really, like I know this. I know this show is meant for a younger audience, which is hilarious because I, you know, analyze it so heavily, like I do. And it's like, I know this show was for a younger audience, but come on, you know? Like, come on. Like, they haven't done anything, really? Like, I don't know. Maybe that'll be a big deal later. Who knows? And I know they're not married, and, you know, it's like, oh, we've had that whole conversation about banging on the side, but it's not really on the side anymore, so come on, just do it. You know? Like, anyway. But yeah, so the antics were funny. Excising the snake was actually pretty interesting, and I wouldn't have thought that, you know, if you excise the snake from there, it will still grow back inside of him. It was like, oh, well, that's interesting, you know? So I did like that, and I like that, you know, they just figured it out. It's like, oh, it has to be this, and Gaius goes in and he does excise the snake from his neck, you know? So that was pretty interesting. Kill the mother. That was interesting that you do have to kill. See, I thought what they were leading to was that they were going to have to fake Arthur's death in order for that to work. But I guess we've already done that, haven't we? Back in Beauty and the Beast, they faked Arthur's death so that Uther would cry, and then that would break the enchantment of the troll, you know? So I guess they already did that, but yeah, I was kind of thinking, like, okay, well, if, you know, Merlin has to, you know, continue, he has to keep trying to kill Arthur no matter what, and he won't stop until it's done. So if they fake Arthur's death, and Merlin believes that Arthur is dead, then the thing will, you know, disappear, die, or whatever, and it'll stop controlling him, and then Arthur's alive, and then it's over. But they didn't go with that. They ended up going with killing the mother, which was good. Again, now that I think about it, it's like, oh, well, shouldn't you have faked Arthur's death? But they've already done that in this show. So, yeah. And then we had Emrys versus Morgana, which is interesting. I like, too, when she just... Well, because first off, like, when she left the hut, and it's like, well, wait, where are you going? It's like, oh, she went to get firewood. But I like she walks in, immediately sees him, is like, shit, it just closes the door, And she has to, like, slowly go back in there because she's terrified of him, And Merlin didn't know what the hell's going on, So I like that. And honestly, like, their fight, I hope we get an actual, like, really cool sorcerer fight between the two of them at some point. Because right now... that sorcerer fight was really just using, like, force pushes and just, like, a couple. Like, huh, 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 tornado. And that was it. And it was like, there wasn't really a great sorcerer fight. Like, I want to see, like, a bunch of different spells being used. Like, plants coming to life and, like, attacking and vines and fire and, magical creatures and stuff. Like, I want to see a huge sorcerer battle between them. But we didn't get that, so... But maybe that could be like a finale or something later on down the line. And then the last thing I wrote down was George. That was funny, First off, because, Merlin did say, it's like, all right, tell him I'm anywhere except the tavern. And, of course, Gaius, cracked under the pressure and just said tavern for 2 days. Like, that's hilarious. That is just an incredible, simple running joke, So, yeah, and then we had George, who dressed almost exactly, if maybe a bit better. Like, he looked like a more fancy version of Merlin, honestly. And I like that Arthur was going to punish him. It's like, no, you are still going to be my servant, but I'm going to punish you by, having you trained to be a servant, even though you've been doing this for 4 years, So, I thought that was really funny. But yeah, that's pretty much it. A good episode overall, but not, I guess, spectacular, but still good, still funny, and I am looking forward to the next one. So yeah, that is pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Merlin reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.